Alright, what's up everybody? It is Chris back with another live here. See if we can get more than 2 people in here at one time. That would be nuts. But basically these lives are kind of turning into like little updates because, you know, tossing in Premiere or whatever editing software you might use, it gets a little monotonous for like an update. So I'd rather just do it live and then leave it up on the channel. So I guess we'll go car by car because there are a few of them. So we'll start with the Monty. So the Monty right now, we've been working on the floor. The last thing I brought up last live, it was a tin floor update. You saw this. Just obviously, you know, rusty right now from touching it, but once it gets blasted and everything, it'll look nice. We went with steel floor because technically speaking, all steel and glass needs to be a steel floor, but they didn't say anything about it being removable. So there are a few pieces that are removable, just in case we got to take the training out, which we'll probably do, you know, more than once. Obviously, be easier to take the floor out, some of it. So some of it is removable, some of it is not. So that's the update on this. We also got the training tunnel. We can put Zeus buttons in. There's the tunnel right there. It's just a regular square tunnel. We didn't bead roll anything. We were kind of still debating on that to make it a little more rigid, but we started putting the holes in. I don't know if you could tell, but the Zeus holes in that as well. So we'll get a nice shot of the bottom of the car because it looks really cool under there, to be honest, with all the Zeus tabs. So that is how we're looking. So we got the Zeus tabs under there, Zeus tabs over there, some over there. Looks really good. Looks like we tried for the most part. So then, as you watch me get up, we got carbon fiber. So we just finished putting this piece in. We're gonna have to cut a square out of the center of it to fit the you know, drive shaft. Obviously can't be closed up because where would the drive shaft go? But the main piece is done, which looks absolutely killer. Tin soldier stuff is sick. We got the 4 plates in the back and the 2 on the doors on each side. So those are some of the pieces. Tin soldier stuff, killer stuff. Also, new Tin Soldier's hat. Love the YouTube channel. Probably my favorite YouTube channel right now. I don't know who's. Oh, nobody's coming in. I thought somebody's coming in the garage for a minute. So on to Nick's car. So Nick's car, he's working on right now. This is the cross member where the shock tabs are going, where the anti-roll's going. He's working on welding that stuff together now. That piece, which you've seen before, I'll show you where that's going. Double A Performance, anti-roll. Shout out to Utilio. Kind of a mess back here because it's a work in progress, but Double A Performance. Best suspension stuff around. So that will be going across here, so you can actually see the cutout of the notch for the bars. So that'll go across here, which is welded to the body. So we're probably going to try to find some other way to brace it as well, because it's just welded straight to the body. Yeah, the scallops are sick. We have like regular, you know, looking ones that are all like plain and stuff like that, just like, you know, I guess it's technically still a scallop, but you know, didn't have the holes in the center until we found Tin Soldiers, and they look killer. So that's the update on Nick's car. Still a little bit of a mess in here because they're wiring it, but once the anti-roll is in, from there the car can go fully back on the ground. It'll be a roller again, and I think we have to put a couple grounds in it for the wiring, and then they can really just take over and wire it. So the game plan right now is to get it back on the ground, let my uncle and my cousin wire it. My dad's got to put a couple grounds in it, and everything else is just, you know, putting the motor back together. They would put nitrous on it. They plan on it, put nitrous in it eventually, but it seems like we're kind of just going to put it back on motor again so my cousin can get some passes on it, and just, you know, it's just in a whole extra step. So we want to get out before the season ends, so probably just go on motor for the rest of the season if it's able to go out. So then, now we have the dragster. So it's kind of half shelf, half dragster, but we got no room for half this stuff. But the dragster has kind of been like 99.9% all my dad's doing. So you know, ordering parts, and which he typically orders and researches the parts, because between ordering and researching parts on top of learning how to actually install them and what they do, for me it's just way too complicated. So I'll learn how to use everything and install everything and first, and then, you know, from there I'll learn what's the best of the best. But it's all a big process. So as of right now, this dragster currently has quote unquote the best of what it can have. Oh, nice, the lightweight ones, that's sick. Who makes those? 632, huge headers, ton of Mazier stuff, some stuff from Moroso. All this is special. The water pump is special for a radiator that's tilted in the back. So Tin Soldier's nice. I gotta look into that stuff, check that out. But got a little alternator in case we, you know, with bracket racing stuff. No, it's alright. Unfortunately, with bracket racing stuff, you know the deal. For blast fillers, unless it's a bracket racer event, so, you know, we might go round robin at a certain point. Hopefully, if we go enough rounds to go round robin. So a little alternator on that, just in case, for any emergencies like that. But like I said, 632 Merkle built, got freshly painted, all that, nice shit in it. Always hoses, the Teflon hoses, crimped fittings, all that. Magna-fuel regulator. He's been doing it. Like I said, he is. I've said it before. The car stuff. I'm only about 3 years into building a race car from scratch. So that's already enough for me to take care of. But dragster stuff. Besides the junior dragsters that I drove maybe about 4 or 5 times when I was 8 years old, that's really the only dragster knowledge I have besides pushing the gas pedal. So luckily most of this stuff obviously transferred over. It's not like it's a different motor and all that stuff, but just the locations and all that stuff, and stuff that they use for bracket racing purposes, opposed to, you know, what cars use for, you know, obviously for grudge racing and stuff like that. It's all relative, but it's different. So all that stuff is pretty much set. It's 2004 Kurt Dameron on the cover car, 4-link, all that. It'll be all motor for now, but eventually we would like to spray it. At least my dad and I would like to spray it, even though, you know, I wouldn't be the I guess the pilot of it. You know, I would be the guy driving it. I'll have my fair share of passes in it as well, but it's really my uncle's car, so, you know, it's obviously up to him, but I'm sure he will care. If you're watching this, I'm sure you don't care if we put nitrous on it eventually, but this is kind of his gig. So that's being built in our garage. So motor for Nick's car, but just kind of like a quick little update, because I've been doing such sporadic. Now I'm just gonna rant. I've been doing such sporadic videos because everything is so all over the place, because we're waiting on parts for the dragster, waiting on parts for Nick's car, and waiting parts on our car, and it's just, I don't like meshing them all together, because I like one solid video on one solid topic. And then, you know, obviously when we start racing and getting out with these cars, and I start getting in the driver's seat, Nick starts driving, my uncle starts driving the dragster, my dad hopefully drives my car and something else as well. You know, then it'll be a little more entertaining. But right now, it's kind of just been like a year and a half straight of just like 99.9% of us working in this garage, which some people do enjoy. But you know, I'm trying to get back out and do some more event coverage to mix up some of the content. But once we get some, you know, some solid parts in for one thing, that'll kind of be more or less when I put another video together. But like I said before, it's just been so sporadic. You know, I'm not just going to do a video of making these hoses and next thing you know, going to Nick's car and welding that. Going to Nick's car and then welding stuff on that, and then going to my car and putting Zeus plates in. It's just too much. It's just too much stuff at once. But I guess for the upcoming stuff is we have some sort of a minor plan to go to PDRA World Finals at Virginia with the dragster. Probably do bracket bash, because I don't know if it'd be fast enough to compete in top dragster. Maybe the slower field, definitely not the elite. They're going like 3s, so that'd be really tough. But maybe the slower class is top 4, or if anything, just bracket bash, maybe both. And then we're going to War in the Woods. So we're going to War in the Woods. I have a game plan to make a video that I feel like, you know, we've been down and out of the game for a while of editing videos, which we're really just glorified spectators with cameras. So I wouldn't, you know, I'd rather be out there doing it and tuning and working on cars and filming. But at the time, that was, you know, what I felt, you know, I needed to do to get the YouTube channel out, and it was a ton of fun. I learned a lot, and I still learn a lot. But I want to let everybody know that we're still, you know, we can still hang with the best of the people that are on YouTube with street racing videos and stuff like that. So, grudge racing, no prep stuff. So we're going to go out to War in the Woods, which is potentially one of the most outrageous and craziest, sketchiest no prep races of all time, potentially, if I can even say that. So we're going to go out there and hopefully put together some wild content and just remind everybody who TUCCI Racing is in the YouTube world. But that'll probably do it for now. And damn, it's 12 minutes in. That'll probably do it for now for this little update. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Stay tuned for some more stuff. Hopefully we'll get out to the track soon. And even go to Calverton with my ship pile, my ship pile Camaro. Go racing out there. That's always fun. But yeah, enjoy. Have a good night, guys.